All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show today, taking your medication. But before I get on that topic about taking your medication, I seen a friend of mine, you understand, he used to be in my office and used to always talk about people and would always have a complaint and thinking he was better than other people and always having an attitude when they would come in the office and everything, not being humble, not being grateful. And what happened, I seen him today and he was leaking like a faucet. What I mean is he was home from just a month time, he was homeless in the street, pushing a shopping cart, right around the mouth talking about it. He's waiting for a place. His place, he said it was $900 a month, and he didn't want to pay the last month's rent before he was working hard. Plus, he was getting his SSI. But I don't know what happened to him. Why would you pay that much rent and you're a veteran? You are a veteran, and I don't understand how he could pay so much rent in a hotel in the first place. He should have took care of his business so he'd be ahead of the game. In case he did get sick, he could stay in his place. You've been sick off and on. You know you're not going to stay healthy. You should always have something you can afford if you don't have to work. You should always be able to afford your rent. You should never have to not be able to afford your rent and be out in the street. And this man didn't take care of business, but he was always talking about how he was taking care of business. And then just in that little time, he went from there to the streets, being a bum, a tramp. And the point is, he got sick. He got real sick, so that was his downfall there. But like I said, you got to make preparations not to get sick. As far as that goes, you need to be ahead of the game. See your doctor. Stay on top of your business, so you don't have no life-changing event to happen to you. That you can be prepared for the downfall or the repercussions of what may come up. Because what comes up will fall down. So you have to understand that when it goes down. But the point of it is, I want to get back to this medication thing. And that is, you have to take your medication. People don't realize the fact that when you are on medication, you take your medication. You don't go around talking about, I'm going to deal with this without medication. I'm going to eat right and do all those things. Because first of all, you got to know what things are good for you, what things are good for certain elements, like eating garlic or whatever baby say. If you have high blood pressure, you got to realize that eating garlic and all these things thin in your blood. But you got to do the research and know what works before you holistically try to deal with something without medication. And you have to have it under control before you start waiting. Don't think that you can not take your medication and just have faith in the herbs and spices and things like that. You have to learn and step up to that. You have to get your blood pressure down through the medication, and then you can switch to the herbs and spices and holistic situation. You don't just understand me, take a chance on doing healthy milkshakes and sauces and different things that you use that are healthy for you. It's a study. You have to know what you're taking, and you have to know what you're doing. You don't just understand me, tonic and all that stuff. You got to know what they do and what they're good for. You understand what I'm saying? If you have an ailment. The reason why I did this show on medication is because there was a young man that was only in his 40s. He was only 41. And he found out he had blood pressure. He had blood pressure high, and he fell out. You understand me? And had to change his whole way of living. As far as he had to change his diet. He realized the doctor told him stay off salt, stay off this, stay off that. He just got on medication a week after the situation happened. He got on the medication, now he's taking the medication. See, you have to take your medication. My mother had high blood pressure. And she went 20 years, she didn't take her medication. Right? She went 20 years, didn't take her medication, high blood pressure, then she had a stroke. Then it was too late. You didn't change your eating habit, you didn't cut down on the salt and the things you should have did, and you're lucky that you went 20 years without taking the medication. You said it made your head hurt. You go to the doctors, you tell them this, and you get your medication adjusted. But you do not dismiss your medication without consulting your doctor. They will change your medication and put it right, because when you're on medication, you need that medication. The medication is for you to take because you are at risk when you don't take your medication for whatever the reason may be. You dig? If you're diabetic, you cut back on your sugar intake. But you also take your medication, and if you're checking your stuff and it takes time to make sure you reverse the diabetes, you take your medicine until you get it down to where you want it to be. You understand? You never take and lose your weight and do all the things the doctors say. But you take your medication before you, and if you study and you learn and you know what to take and how to eat, and you do the things and it's changing your, it's making your blood pressure go down, it's making your diabetes in check, then you do that. But you first take your medication until you learn how to live without it. You know what I mean? You have to live healthy without it. Because if you don't live healthy without it, and you just up and going now, do the medication, you understand? Without consulting your doctor, it's not the pharmacist, it's the guy that deals with your medications. You go see him, and he'll see what goes with what, and how you adjust it, and how things get along with each other. Because you can take medicine, and it may not agree with the other medicine. So before you take or do anything, you see and consult your doctor or your pharmacist. You know, they tell you things too, because they know what goes with what and what's what. You know, you just don't go off and try to handle that on your own, because that never works. You dig? Because there's people I know that didn't take their medicine, even after they had these medical ailments, they didn't take medicine, they didn't see a doctor. And then when they had the first reaction, you know, the first ailment, stroke, or something came up, high blood pressure, they found out about it. And then when they did go see the doctor gave them all kind of medicine and stuff to take. And then they didn't take it properly. They were missing a lot. Still being on drugs and drinking or doing what they're doing, when they know they're supposed to stop doing that. Right? But by them being in their addiction, they didn't stop doing that. So they kept getting high and doing that on a regular basis, to where they would not take their medicine. And what do you think happens? You have repercussions behind that. If you taking medicine, say if you had type 4 type 4 cancer, and you were at stage 4, and you get that reversed and you're healthy, you got to stay healthy. You got to stay taking care of business. You can't be slipping and sliding when you were that far close to death. Because then when something happens, see, you got to make ease. See, stress is bad too. Stress will kill you. You understand me? If you don't know how to live, and you ain't preparing yourself to live, see, and you steady stressing, that will knock everything out the box. Stress will kill you by itself. You got to understand that you got to have peace of mind. You understand? And to have peace of mind, you have to be assured and have confidence in your health and where your health is going and where it's at. In other words, you have to take care of it. That's something that you have to take care of. You have to work on constantly. You have to constantly be on top of that. You see? Because if you're not on top of your health, you know, you lose that. You lose that you have. You know what I mean? It does not get better unless you make it better. And that's by eating healthier. And doing it. Like me, I don't eat many sweets now. I'm changing that habit. I'm trying to keep my blood pressure down. I'm eating healthier. I'm doing this, right? I got a woman that's on the same page I'm on. We're on the same thing, trying to increase our health and live better. You know, when you have a partner that's thinking along those terms, and you and her are on the same page, it's easier to stay focused on that, because you don't have nobody that's distracting you or stressing you. You know what I'm saying? When your companion is thinking along the same lines as you, that's a blessing, because you're in harmony, you know, and you got the same goals and objectives. Both of you together are shooting toward the same goal, so you can do it together, peacefully, honestly, and patiently. You understand? You work together hand in hand, looking out for one another. You know, that's a good thing that you have to realize when you're doing what you're doing. Is realize that you have to work on your you know, on your diseases that you may have, because it's not a death sentence. When you take control of these different elements that you have, high blood pressure, diabetes, you know, amongst a lot of other things that you might have, that you have to, you know, combat and take control. It's a day-to-day progress. It's something you work on day in and day out. You have to work on the mind, body, and soul. Exercise is important. Peace of mind is important. Eliminating stress is important. You don't want to be stressing. You don't want to be negative, because all those things aggravate the mood that you're in, which frustrates you, which can cause you to trigger, you know, a negative reaction as far as going off on a binge. You know, all these things can trigger you going off on a binge. A food binge, or whatever the binge may be, is bad. You have to stay focused. So you have to stay in an optimistic state of mind. You have to stay positive, and you have to stay fortified with PMA, positive mental attitude. You have to be around people that can saturate your mind with PMA. That's positive mental attitude. You have to read books along that line. You know what I mean? Because the more courage and the more knowledge you have of it, the more confidence you have, the more better you feel, and the more you take control. And when you take control, the better you feel and the healthier you are. You dig? And when you do that, you feel good, and that's the only one that you can be concerned with, is how you feel. You do not have time to satisfy the next person or what these people feel and think, because they don't have your best interest. You know, like I said before, if you're overweight and you're on a diet, it's the same situation when you're on a diet for health. It's just like when you're on a diet to lose weight, except when you're on a diet, you know what I'm saying? It's not seen. Like when you're big and you're trying to lose weight, people, you know, it's harder to deal with because it's seen. But when you're not heavy, but you're eating to be healthy, it's something that it's something you do for you. It's not no one else's business. You don't have to tell them what you're doing. You just do it. You know, because between me and you, they don't care what you're doing, no way. You know, most people don't care what you're doing. If you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself, then do it for you, not for no one else. So don't try to impress them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people that try to lose weight or do things because of somebody else, it never works. If you're trying to do this because you're trying to impress your mate, or you're trying to get a mate, you know what I'm saying? You're losing weight because you want to catch a man. No, that's not no good. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it because you want to do it for you, for your health, for your well-being. You know, you want to do these things for yourself, not for no one else. You know? So to prevent, see what you want to concentrate on is preventive medicine. You want to prevent certain things from happening. So what you do is you fortify your body and your mind and soul with things to keep you strong. You eat pretty garlic. You know what I'm saying? You eat turmeric, and all these different things that help you. You know, me myself, I drink ginseng. I drink vinegar, apple cider vinegar. I do this, you know, because it's supposed to help you. And if it doesn't help me, in my mind, I feel like it's helping me. So it gives me confidence that I'm getting healthier. See, that's the thing about it. I asked my doctor about Bragg's apple cider vinegar. She said it's just good for your digestive system. What it does, it makes you use the bathroom, which just helps you in one way. But all these other things that people say, it helps you lose weight, it helps you do this. It may help you, but formally, the doctors tells you that it's good for the digestive system. All the other things people say is good for losing weight and all that, it's not highly recommended for that. But people use it for what is good for the digestive system. If you flushing food out of you and things out of you, then that's going to help you anyway. That's a good thing. You understand? So you look at that aspect of what it is and use it for what it's worth, and it's better for you than against you. Because she didn't say there was nothing wrong with it. You did. But I went to the Dr. Witt about it. I told her. You know what I mean? What did she think about it? And I asked the pharmacist before. They didn't put it on no high ranking stand. They didn't say it was a miracle worker. It was all this. People make it seem like it is, you know. But I didn't see no difference in where it made me feel. But I still take it because it's something that everybody says good. So it makes me feel confident in taking the apple cider vinegar. But I don't go around telling people it's such a miracle drug. Like a friend of mine said, it helps you arthritis. It helps this. It help you in this. It help your leg. It help them. I've been taking it for years. I haven't seen it help none of that. I just still drink it every day because, you know, the thing to do. But I didn't see no miracle working on it with it. You know, even my sister, I looked in her cabinet, she had a bottle. So everybody's taking it because they believe that it works for them. So I take it to go along with this trend because I'd rather be taking it because it's not bad for you. So it's good for something. And if it's good for the digestive system, that's good enough for me. When the doctor said that, I said, well, okay, I'll keep taking it. He did. But the bottom line is, all these things, these trends that people say are good for, like they say, and I've been taking it for years, and I don't see it helping in no direction. That ginseng, they say it helps in your sex drive and all these different energy and all that. I don't see no difference in that, as far as that go. But I take it anyway due to the fact that it's something good, it's not bad. Because I asked the doctors about that as well. All these things that people think a miracle works is mostly in your head. It's mostly in your mind. You know, if you think it, you shall believe it, and you shall be it. It's all about your attitude, how you feel toward these certain items and these certain things that people take that, you know, are not confirmed to be really helpful to you. But if you believe they'll help you, they'll help you. Just like I take these yogurts and different things that I know, I read the label on stuff because I learned that in class. You read the labels and you find out that the labels that you read tell you the ingredients of different things that you don't need to take. You look at that, you want the low sugar, like I take 5, carbohydrates. Carbohydrates turn into sugar. So we know when you read the carbohydrates, you know what the sugar intake is. So you want the lowest carbohydrate consumption that you can get, when you get a certain thing. So if you can get yogurt and it satisfies your sweet tooth, then you take that and satisfy your sweet tooth and eliminate all those carbohydrates, and sugar, you know what I mean? You don't need all the grams of sugar, because it's not necessary. You gotta look at your health. You know what I'm saying? You get too much of something, it ain't no good. You got to concentrate on that. And if you nip it in the bud before the situation gets bad, you can sustain health and happiness. And health and happiness is what we need right now. Due to the fact we need health and happiness, simply because people, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, people, you understand me, that are not taking care of their business. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, all the way around, have a tendency not to look into the situation when it comes to their health. And it's all right to take your medicine and take it regularly, which is hard to do. Take it regularly and not miss a time. Remember to take it, you understand me? And make sure your stuff is under control. So when you see the doctor, things are maintained and your blood pressure and everything is okay. It's just like I had a cortisone shot. Then my knee, I messed it up and it was real bad. I went to the doctor. It was too early to get the cortisone shot. So when I seen the doctor, she gave me some information, a pad, this and that, different things, some salve to put on it and all that. I did that. I put the ice on it at night. It got better. Within a week, my leg was better already. It's better now. Without the cortisone shot, I thought I was going to have a cortisone shot, which I see her April 6th, which I'll get it. But my leg is better to behind what I did after I had fell on it. And it was hurting like Dickens. You understand? So it's like my knee is in bad shape, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm not ready for no knee operation. And I don't need a knee replacement. I'm trying hard not to get that done. Because when you get that, it takes time to heal. And it's not that bad yet. You dig? So I try to sustain my health as much as I can. And number one in my life right now is my health. Because without health, you cannot have wealth. If you don't have your health, you can't enjoy the wealth. You can't enjoy the things you want to have. You can't go on trips and enjoy life when you get in the highlight of your twilight. You understand me? And you want to stay bright and stay on the right note. You understand what I'm saying? And travel and enjoy life. You did. You want to travel and enjoy life in your highlight, because I'm gonna tell you something. While you're able to do your traveling and going places and enjoying life, if you have if you have someone you can enjoy life with and do these things with, that's the ultimate in your golden age. That's the ultimate dream. I'm gonna tell you why it is when you get older. Because first of all, you're not working no more, you're in retirement. If you have someone that's retired with you and you can share and enjoy life with, that's what you do. You understand? If you have things in common with them, then you take advantage of that. You enjoy life with them. Because that's the ultimate goal when you get old. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be old and be by yourself. Old and lonely, traveling by yourself, going places and doing things, it's not no fun. I tried that before, I've done that. It's not nice. You know, I'd rather not go nowhere if I gotta go by myself. And talk about meeting people, in and out meeting people that you have nothing in common with, that's not no treat. It's not no piece of cake. You go on a cruise, you go on a boat cruise, you go there to meet people. You know what I mean? You don't know about those people. You know what I mean? That's not the delight. When you're older and you meet people, you may not have nothing in common with them. You may not get along with them. You know what I mean? And then you'll be with somebody because you're settling for somebody just because you'd rather be with someone than be alone. No. I'd rather be alone than be with somebody I'm not happy with. I will be by myself, because your first thing you have to learn is to be happy with yourself. If you can be happy with yourself, you can be happy. But you can be happy anywhere and go anywhere and do anything. But I'm just saying, being happy with myself, I can stay right here and be happy. I don't have to get on a boat and go on a cruise. And be out exposing myself to other people to try to get at me like I'm on the market. You know, I don't have to do that. Like when I go out to a club and people want to get at me. You know, I'm not a bad looking man, so women want to get at me and all that. I don't need to do that. You know, I stopped getting when women get at me. But the point of it is that the happiest you are when you find the one that you can get along with and enjoy life with, your counterpart. When you find your counterpart and then you can pursue happiness, that's what you do. You hold on to that one when you find that one. And then you can be happy and you take your medication and you be grateful and you be thankful, you understand what I'm saying, for what you have, and you encourage each other to take your medication. You encourage each other to walk, exercise every day. You encourage each other to stay positive and keep a mental attitude. And if you're thinking along the same line, you read positive literature every day. And you also, you understand me, be around people that are thinking the way you're thinking on a positive level. If you're not around people that are thinking positive and they're thinking negative, you get away from them and rearrange your situation. Because if you're around negative people, that will drain you from your positive energy that you may have saturated your mind with. That morning you might have read some positive literature, listened to some positive tapes, some things that made you feel like Tony the Tiger when you got out of bed and when you went out in the street, and then you got around these negative people that was complaining, talking about they by themselves, they lonely, they ailments, they hurt here, they complaining, right? You don't want to be a complainer, be a complimenter. That's what my girl said. Don't complain, compliment. You understand? If you uplift and compliment people and stay on a positive note, if they're complaining and they complain after you compliment them, then you get away from them, because you do not need anyone complaining. You need people that are going to compliment. And if they're not on a positive level like that, you get away from them. And if you can't get around positive people, they will drain you from your positiveness. They will drain you. You only have so much. You have a supply. Every day you put something in the bank, in your mental bank. And if you don't have enough in there, the negativity will drain you. You got to have enough when you get up. You have enough from the night before, from the day. You get around positive people, things that make you feel good. And then when you get out in the street, when you go out to face the nation with the greatest of ease, you can step like a peacock, you understand me, and stretch your stuff and feel like a champion. You don't need the verification. You don't need the acknowledgement from nobody else. You are sure and confident who you are and what you are, because when you're with your mate or whoever you're with, and you and them, she's a reflection of you and you're a reflection of her. You and her are a team. So that's the only ones you worry about is them, because it's you and them against the world. The rest of the people, they're not for you, they're against you, because they better think about their own welfare and their own counterpart. And if they don't have a counterpart, they're not going to encourage you to be with yours. They're going to discourage you, because misery loves company. You understand? And it's like, they may not even consciously be doing this, but they'll be complaining and talking about it because that's how they feel. They don't feel the goodness, you understand, because they haven't had goodness come to them. So they will try to discourage you by raining on your parade. So best thing to do is avoid that, is don't talk about your things around negative people. If people can't share your joy, then you eliminate them from your joy. In other words, what I'm saying is, you don't let them know how good you're doing or how good you feel or how wonderful life is to you. Because you can't share that with someone that's negative, because what they're going to do is spray venom on that. Because they can't identify. They can't not uplift you. They can't feed you positiveness to go with your positiveness. So you let them go. As soon as they open their mouth, you know it's time to go. You don't want to hear nothing they got to say. Because they'll be complaining. They'll be talking about how it was raining when it might be raining outside, but the sunshine is in your mind. So you got to understand that they're looking at things differently. They're looking at things to a negative point of view. You don't need to be around that. You need to let that go immediately, you understand me, and let people know, hey, you know, you got to hide your joy. Sometimes you got to put a hindrance on your joy. I hate to say this because you want to be a loudspeaker. You want to let the world know how you feel, how wonderful life is to you. But I'm going to tell you, when you really got the joy and you really got it by hook and crook, and you don't need to share it with no one. You need to keep it under lock and key because it's valuable to you. You don't need to be sharing it with people that's killing your joy. They're going to kill your joy. You don't need people that's going to kill your joy. So you don't expose them to how happy you are, how good you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I get around people, I went to a club last night. And I was at a club and everybody was partying, having fun. I was happy as I could be. I was feeling good. But I kept a lid on my emotions and on my joy, simply because I didn't want people to know how good I felt and how good things are going. Because I know they're not feeling that good. They're drinking and they're under false courage and false this and that because they're drinking and all that. I'm on a natural thing, so I don't want to get caught up in their little jive. You know, because they're having their fun and they're under the influence of alcohol. You know, so that's their thing. But I don't share that. But I'm in a club, I'm in an organization, West Coast Entertainment Association, and we give events once a month. They do things. So it's like, it's part of my job, you understand, to be under that environment. But I understand the situation, so I don't trip. But that's why I don't be all friendly and doing all that and getting caught up into that. Because I'm more on a mellow, realistic, natural high. You understand? But I put a lid on it because I'm not, I be quiet, I don't just talk to people. You understand me? I can be riding on a bus and I put a lid on my emotions. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to expose myself to people that it ain't going to benefit. And they say, man, I didn't know you talk like that, man. I be in here like this, and I'm talking and all that. And people say, man, what are you reading that off a paper? Are you, how you ad-libbing? Well, I know, I do this naturally. It comes out the tip of my head. I don't have to rehearse. I don't have to have a verse. It's all natural with me, you understand what I'm saying? Because that's the way I do it. That's why I like to do it. And like I said, when I talk on these shows, this is therapy to me. So that's why I do it the way I do it. I don't do nothing to satisfy no one else. I do this because I'm giving out information, but I'm also, you understand what I'm saying, having therapy to myself. You understand what I'm saying? And being grateful and being thankful for what I have and for what I do. And I'm going to leave you all with that, you understand me, and let you know that you have to take your medication. Take your medication and be thankful for what you got and keep a positive mental attitude and be open-minded. You understand me? And stay away from negativity. Stay away from them people that can't do nothing for you and can't say nothing to encourage you.